Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nari Aznavour. I'd like to welcome you to our 123 Change My Life program. In order to start this program, there's a few processes we have to go through, a few exercises in order to be successful with this. And the most important is what I'm about to share with you today, okay? But before we get started into that, what's really important is that I would like to share that this is a 90-day challenge. This is what the biggest networkers in the world, the most successful networkers in the world, the ones making the $1 million+ a year with the massive momentum, they are doing it in a 90-day compression, right? Which is what we will be doing in our phase 2 of this program. We'll start with phase 1, which will be a pre-launch of your markets, which will be a 60-day compression of this program. Once that's over, we'll go into the 90-day phase, right? So before I start explaining to you all of what is involved, I need to share with you the first most important piece of this, right? Before you get started, you need to be very clear in understanding why you're even doing this. So in other words, you need to get a piece of paper and clearly write down exactly what your goals are, right? What is it that you want to accomplish reasonably, obviously, within the first 60 days? What is it that you want to accomplish? We'll get to that in phase 2, which is in those 90 days. And I always recommend you make some short-term goals, medium-term goals, and long-term goals so that you really understand where you're going all the way, to the end with. However, we have to also be very specific in what we want to accomplish within those first 60 days. All right? So, in order to do that, why do you have to write your goals? Not only is it because you want to know what you're accomplishing, is because you're about to make a lot of sacrifices to get this done. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is not going to be a simple walk in the park. It's going to be tough. It is going to be challenging. There are times you're going to want to quit. And many of the others who have been very successful today have done this, and some of them quit and then started it all over again, and obviously that delayed them. But the point is, you're going to want to do that. You've got to find a way to motivate yourself not to do that, okay? We're going to stick together. We're going to help each other so that we make sure we don't do it. But in your mind, for you to have a driven, motivated personality, so you get up in the morning and nothing can stop you, you need to be clear about what your goals are. Yes, short term. Yes, medium. Yes, long term. But especially within your time frame right now, which is the 60-day challenge, right? The 60-day pre-launch for your market, because right now there isn't enough momentum, and your goal is to get a minimum of 300 people at that event in the next 60 days. And we're going to show you exactly how to do that, okay? So, in order to do that, well, what are your goals? All of ours are different, right? It might be that, I don't know, you're trying to achieve a certain rank. Maybe you're at a pin level, you've been there for a long time, or maybe there's one that you've been trying to achieve that you haven't been able to. Well, write down what that pin level is. Make that decision. Say, okay, you know what? I've been trying to get there, and I do not want to go to that event that we're about to do at the end of the 60th day, because it's all about getting to that event that we're going to be discussing shortly. Your goal is to maybe walk on stage, right? Maybe you want to be at a certain pin level. You want to be at a certain success level so people would recognize you. You're not there yet, right? So maybe rank is your goal. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Maybe it's not just rank. Maybe it is a certain size of a team that you want, right? Obviously, a rank will come when your team grows. But maybe you just want to have 10 more people on your team. Maybe you want to have 100 more people on your team. I don't know what your goals are. Maybe long term, obviously, you want even more of a larger organization. Well, it's got to start somewhere. So why don't you make it a goal that you have a certain amount of people that are on your team by that date? That's a great goal to have. I don't know what your goals are, right? Another great goal. It could be either one of these, or they could be a combination. Don't worry about it. Maybe your goal is cash. Maybe you just want money. Maybe you're struggling in your life and you're just tired. Maybe you're not happy with your job. You're not happy with your financial situation. Maybe you're just not happy about how much money you're making in this industry and you're fine with everything outside of it. Maybe that's what it is. Well, write that down and figure out specifically what it is you want financially. People come up to me all the time And they'll tell me, well, I want to get a nice car. Okay, that's great. What car? I want to know the specifics of exactly what the car is. I want to know the color. I want to know the model. I want to know the year. I want to know the price. I want to know everything. You tell me you want a nice house, I want to know where that house is going to be. I want to know what the price is going to be, that what it is that you're looking for in that house, right? My point is to be specific in what you're looking for. So maybe your goal could be a certain amount of money you want to make between now and then, right? Obviously, these are all connected, but the point is decide what it is that you're looking for, right? Maybe it's more than just money. Maybe you're looking for the prestige. What is that, right? What kind of prestige am I talking about? Maybe you're looking for recognition, right? Maybe what it is that you've just not been successful in your life in general, or specifically in the industry, right? And you're just tired of that. You're tired of everybody looking at you, maybe laughing or criticizing or, judging. Maybe it's time that you just want to be somebody. Maybe you just want to have that success you've always wanted, right? Maybe you just want to be someone known in the industry. Maybe that's what it is, right? Because here's the thing. Prestige is really important if you ask me. I mean, that's definitely important for me. Why? Because when you accomplish success, it feeds into the rest, right? Because you're hitting in the pin levels, you're obviously making money, but you're motivating and inspiring team members that are in your teams and outside. Without that, you don't create that kind of a momentum. Because in order to inspire others, you've got to be that success story, right? So you've got to write that down. Write down what specifically it is you're looking to accomplish with all this. I can't tell you what it is because I cannot motivate you. You can motivate yourself. I could just push you, right? Like I said, there's many different things that could be as goals. What I suggest is you write them down, make them as clear and specific as possible. Put them somewhere that you can see them every single day, whether it's, in a wall in your office, somewhere that you're looking at it all the time. So it reminds you all the time. And every time things get difficult, every time you want to quit, every time something happens that makes you say, I'll find you find an excuse and you convince yourself, I'll do it later. These goals have to be so strong that they will put you back into your spot, into your place, and get you back into the game, right? Make you say, what am I doing? I'm crazy to even have these thoughts. Back to work, right? Maybe one of your goals could be even a goal of how many people you want to recruit, right? Maybe you want to have a personal amount of recruits. And I think that's a fantastic goal, by the way, that you're not out there pushing just your team. If you have a team, and if you don't, it's fine. Either way, you should go out there and maybe have a goal to have personal number of recruits that you're going to go after and get in the system between now and the 60 days are over, right? I mean, I could tell you a story about someone that I'd worked with many, many years ago. And I remember he had the most interesting why. I mean, people have a lot of different whys, and you hear mostly money and lifestyle, and I just want to get out of this rut, and I want to quit my job, and I want to change the life of my children, and these are a lot of the goals people share with me. He had such a funny goal, but you see, his was so strong for him that it may have seemed funny for me, but for him, there was no way anyone was going to stop him. And him, it was because he used to work a job. It was a graveyard shift job. And so therefore, he was working literally 11 o'clock at night till 7 in the morning. So he had the lifestyle complete opposite of everybody else. So he was like a bat. He would sleep during the day. He wouldn't see his friends, wouldn't see his family. And he hated his job so much that when we asked him what it is, why you're doing this, he actually wrote down, I want to quit my job. And I said, that's it? And he goes, you don't understand. And when he started explaining it, he got so emotional and so teary-eyed that I realized this was such a strong why for him that whenever a time would come that he'd want to quit or whatever, we'd remind him of it. And he'd say, oh my God, you're right. I've got to get this done. And he's had a lot of success and has built thousands of reps since then. So I want to share this with you so that you sit down and write these down and really, really think about them. Because before we start going through the rest of the training, this has to be written down and accomplished. So like I said, it could be one of these things, a combination of them. It could be other stuff. I don't mind. Whatever it is that motivates you, please write down your goals, and so we could get this challenge started. All right? See you soon.